pot that we're going to demonstrate is a smaller pot that we're going to inhale, and we'll try to find out what the uses of this pot is. Yeah! I smelled something! I smell pieces of meat! Because if you own a cat or you own a dog, you use this pot to cook meat for your cat or your dog! Yeah! Yeah! Ruff, ruff. Meow! Meow! And I bet many were wondering what the smaller sized pot was used for, weren't you? The next pot that we're going to demonstrate is what we call a versatile pot. It has a lot of uses for it, and as usual, I'm going to inhale it. And after inhaling the pot, we could find out where the pot has been and the various things, it has been used for. Okay? And so far, the important lesson is that we've learned so far all of the variety of pot that we've seen is actually a part of a complete balanced diet, since various things are cooked in different pots. This pot is quite an interesting shape, isn't it? So let's see what happens. Yeah! Ah! Yeah! Yeah! What's a good thing about this pot is that I could wear it on my head, and you can't do anything about it. You can't bother me if I wear this pot on my head. You think you could do something about it, but I could use my pot to do whatever I want with it. And if I want to wear it on my head, you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah. And what you gonna do? You're gonna hit me on the head, cause it's not gonna hurt, cause I'm wearing a pot on my head. It's not gonna hurt. I'm gonna make soap in this pot. I can make soap in this pot. I think I can make soup in this pot. And sometimes when your hot water is cut off from your apartment, then you use this to boil the cold water and make it hot. Then you can take a shower. You can take a hot shower, because sometimes they don't tell you when they turn off the hot water. So that's basically what this pot is used for. It's used as protection gear, and it's also it's used to boil water. So as you can see, just to reiterate all the various purposes of this variety of pot that we've seen, and what we must remember is that we've got to, first of all, use a separate pot if you've got a cat or a dog to cook their food in. And I'm not talking about the crappy commercial pet food, I'm talking about actual meat. And secondly, we can use this pot to steam broccoli in, because it's also part of a natural healthy diet. Thirdly, we need our carbohydrates, so therefore we need to cook pasta or rice or whatever it is that we have that's a good source of carbohydrates. Thirdly, we need to have some kind of protein, so perhaps we can cook a little bit of meat in here, or maybe you can substitute it and use some tofu, but they're all good sources of protein. And fifthly, perhaps we can use this pot to boil water in, and we can also use it as protection gear. So I hope all of you understand now. Learned a lot today about smoking pot. So that concludes my documentary about pot. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you've learned something. And now you go out and you use your pots in various ways. And remember, folks, you must always have a balanced, complete diet full of vegetables, protein, and carbohydrates. Good night now, folks. Good night.